Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ugo the Go-Go, and we are on the Midnight Call series. How you guys doing? So I actually was supposed to release this video on Tuesday night, but I was caught up with a lot of things, so sorry about that. I'm here and I'm always going to give you guys premium bands. Premium. You can be rest assured. So today's midnight call is something a little bit funny, but obviously with some lessons for us to learn along the way. So let's get into it. This one is a secondary school special. When I was in SS3, I think this was 2010. I think we were having our Interhouse Sports. If you schooled in Nigeria, you'll be very familiar with the concept of Interhouse Sports. Interhouse Sports is a time for teachers and students to fight. Teachers and teachers to fight. Students and students to fight in the bid to win the Golden Cup. That is the definition of Interhouse Sports. And I was, oh my god, guys, they just took light. Wow, they actually just took light. But you know what? I'm actually going to keep on recording. I'm going to keep on recording because this is the beauty of midnight calls. Midnight calls, when you speak to somebody, NEPA takes lights. Do you understand? This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. So I'm not going to stop this recording. I will keep on recording. So let's get into it. So in SS3, I was highly involved in sports in my university. This involved me doing track and basketball and whatnot. I was very involved in sports. Let me now break this concept down to you. In Interhouse Sports in Nigerian universities, you get to do something called match past. Match past or parade is where your house members actually march. It's part of the competition. You guys march to win a prize or a medal, a cup, whatnot. It's part of your points. So people took match past seriously. Like they literally took it seriously. Some teachers put it on top of their head. And in my school, it was an all-girls school, we took our match past a little bit further, where we would bring a queen. There will be a queen of your house with princesses. The queen will usually come from the final year class at the SS3 class, and the princesses would ideally come from like the JS1 or the JS2 class or JS3, depending on how beautiful you are. So I was chosen to be the queen of my house, and I was in Red House, so it meant that I had to, come as a queen on the match past. We had all these theatrics where we'll go salute the queen, salute the judges and whatnot. My job was to just walk past when they said salute the queen, greet the judges, wave, hold some fake flowers, have my hair relaxed and do the do. So we planned it. I brought my dress, my teacher inspected it. It was beautiful, it was perfect. In fact, my auntie made my dress, and in the bid to even be more supportive, she even made my princess dresses, so we were matching. It was beautiful. I think she made my princess dresses. I think I'm not too sure, but we all kind of like had similar dresses. And it was very nice. It was very good. So I lived in Amodofi. Amodofi was near Festac. Festac is in mainland, way far away from where I schooled. My school was in Lekki, and usually that cost me a lot, because when there was like proper vibes and turn up around the island side, I couldn't go because I lived far, and my parents did not hear let's carry car and be going to Lekki on the weekend for what? It's only if the party or the thing is important, and every party that I wanted to go to was not as important as my parents would expect it to be. So I didn't really used to go there like that as much, and it pained me a lot. But what I used to do was that I would go to my auntie's house in VGC, yes, and I will go and be visiting all my VGC friends. I'll be connecting with them. Maybe I'll spend one weekend there and just visit everybody. So because I lived far, my friends and teachers suggested that because Interhouse Sports was on a Saturday, that I should maybe sleep over at VGC so that I could come to school early, and so that we will not hear any story. Your girl was like, no, I want to go from my house, you know. But a part of me was because I wanted to come with my brother as well. I wanted my younger brother to come to my Interhouse Sports, and I also wanted kind of my parents to be involved as well, but they couldn't come. And I had a friend that we lived close by, and she wanted to get a ride with us. So I was like, how can I just leave two of them and I'll go to VGC? No, we can make it. And I knew that on that Saturday, there was going to be environmental in Lagos or wherever you are in Nigeria. What it means is that it's a day in the morning, usually in the morning, set out for sanitizing, so for cleaning the environment, the streets, the compounds, wherever you live, just making it clean. The idea is that you are clean, so you should not be going out, you should not be doing anything outside. I think it's like from morning to like 12 noon. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not too sure, but that's the idea. So I knew that it was environmental, and I lived in a mode of thing, and I had to get to Lekki by what time to make it for March Pass, and then make it for my races, because I had about 4 races to run that day as well. So the Friday before Interhouse Sport Day, we kind of came back home from school late because obviously last minute preparations. I was running some races, so we're just doing final rehearsals or whatever, like just trying to pass the baton right and whatnot, you know, talking to ourselves and pumping ourselves. So I got to my house pretty late, so I couldn't do my hair. You know, I was the queen, right? I couldn't relax my hair. I couldn't, you know, do the normal queen touch up. So my friend that I lived close by, Ijoma, shout out to you. She told me, come to my house, because we lived like around the same area. Come to my house. I'll take you to the house of my salon lady. We would relax your hair in her house, and then we'll now go to your house and then start the journey together. So let me tell you how Ijoma, our houses were. There was my crescent, my estate in quotes, and we had a connecting door. If you were driving, you have to go to the road to get into Ijoma's estate. But because I was walking, I could literally like walk in through that small gate into her estate and then go to her house. So that was what I did. Early in the morning on Saturday, I went through that gate and walked to Ijoma's house to relax my hair. Right? So I went there, got to the house, it took me to the salon lady's house, we relaxed my hair, and I mean, we're done, right? So it's time for us to go to mine so that we can get into the car and start heading out to Lekki once environmental was over. So as we were walking, you know, we're brisking. Ijoma was carrying her sports stuff as well, because Ijoma was also an athlete as well. She had some races to run. So we're walking jolly, happy go lucky, and then boom, one bus like this just came, and it looked like a kidnapping scenario, right? Because 2 guys jumped out to like grab us. So we tried to turn around. My slippers just flew from my leg. I don't even know how. Ijoma couldn't run. These are 2 athletes. We didn't know how to run. The guy said, if I count 2, come on, get inside that bus. Come on, get inside here right now.
The lockdown is taking place. Everybody must comply. So I'm reporting for a media outfit. Sorry, for a media.
These 2 men, armed men, they carried us inside this bus and they were driving to Festac. We were crying, oh God, please, oh God, please, oh God, please be a small girls, mommy. I didn't have my phone on me. Ijoma had her phone on her, but we just couldn't call my mom because of the environment. There were people in the bus begging, please, sir, please. The man said, since you people don't know how to obey the law, we will teach you how to obey the law in cell. I said, shut up, your ma. I said, oh God, my mommy, my daddy. Meanwhile, Ijoma was shouting, my mommy, my daddy. Me, I was shouting, my races. I have races to run. That was my final year, so I had planned that my races were going to be epic, gold all the way. Ijoma was shouting, mommy. I was saying, my races. Imagine priorities. So the man was shouting at us, what's your name? He said, Onyinyechi, I'm Mabel. How old are you? Best believe I was about 16 years. I had clocked 16 or so. I said, I'm 13. Who is this girl to you? Say, my sister. Ijoma is as light as light. We don't look anything alike, but we claimed blood at that moment. We're crying, please, please. They were like, come on, shut up your mouth. Are you supposed to be outside? We're like, we don't know. We are in the estate. The idea I had was that since we're not on the main road, we're not defaulting any law, because we're literally in Ijoma's estate side. The man said, come on, shut up your. I said, God, mommy. So we're not going to begging. The man now said, by the time I count to 3, will you fly out of this bus now? That's what speaking to 2 of us, because we're like young kids, isn't it? If you see the way I flew, I don't know the strength that God gave me. I just accelerated. Boom! Out of that bus. Me and Ijoma were there to run. We ran to that gate and we went into my estate and we were running. Crying and running. Like, it was a mixture of cry and laughter, but also fear, like panic, like what just happened. They were about to drive us to police station in Festac with no parental. Oh shoot, I just hit this thing now. I'm so sorry. I'm always dramatizing, guys. I'm not used to this studio life. But yeah, they were about to drive us to Festac prison with no parental knowledge. None of our parents were aware of this. Do you understand? So we came to the house. Mommy, see, when I went to my mommy, see what happened. Mom, that he's okay. Meanwhile, they were laughing. My siblings, my mommy, they were laughing. That people want to go and relax your hair. You want to go and relax your hair. We now got into the car and then started heading out after the environmental was over. Why am I telling you guys this story? This story has taught me so many things. You know what an elder can see sitting down. A child, even though he climbed on top of the iroko tree, he cannot see it. My teachers told me, go and lodge in VGC. Go somewhere close to school. I was there thinking, since it's my final year, I got show them. I must come with my car, with my mother's jeep. I must, hey God. If I was usually in VGC, it would have taken me less than 30 minutes to get to Lekki. My hair would have been done. I would have sat down. The rest, anyway. My teachers told me I didn't listen to them. That's one story. That's one lesson. Another lesson that I learned was the lesson of wisdom. Now, let me explain what I mean. Wisdom saves you strength. Do you know what that means? My first race of that day was 800 meters. I'm usually like a 400 meter person, 400, 200, 4x400, and then 4x100. I did 800 because the girl that was supposed to represent us, the girl that usually represented us, she was a year ahead of me and she had graduated. So I was like, okay, let me just do it. That race was my worst race that day because I was tired. I came like 4th when I could have easily come good 2nd or 3rd. I came 4th. Wisdom saves you strength. The race that I would have done that day, you know, they tell you that if you're about to run, if you're about to start a race today, don't stress your legs that day until it's time for the race. I had already run that 800 from Ijoma's estate to my estate. So my first race, my legs were shaking. I was not even crying. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh, I have 400 meters to run. Because I had a plan of how I was going to end my athlete career in secondary school. I had it. So I was saying, oh my god, oh my god, oh. So by the time obviously I had rested and it was time for my 400 meters, I had the energy that I needed to run it well. So wisdom indeed saves you strength. You know, sometimes I know that it's like the things that is the quotes that we see online. People say, if you feel it in your gut, go for it. Me, I felt it in my gut that I should go to Amodofi and lodge and sleep. Meanwhile, advice from my older ones told me I should go to somewhere closer because of the technicalities of that day. But I chose to lean on my own wisdom. I know it's good to be opinionated, you know, have informed decisions, but then sometimes listen to advice. This, especially now that there's a lot of information going around, everybody's trying to own who they are, which is not bad. But even the Bible says, in the multitude of counsel, do you understand? In the multitude of counsel, there is wisdom. There is wisdom. There was a counsel telling you this is what we should do based on what we have seen. But me, I was saying, no, in my guts, this is what I feel. This is how I feel. This is how I'm going to do it. Please, let's learn that sometimes it's always good to listen to advice. It doesn't mean that you're dumb. It doesn't mean that you're dumb at all. It actually does not mean that you're dumb. So yes, that's the story of how your girl almost got arrested on Environmental Saturday in 2010. This story cracks me up. That's why especially with this COVID-19, when they say stay inside, I don't joke with it. I don't joke. If they say stay inside, if they say today is lockdown, I don't try to prove to the government that I know something. I don't. So when they say sit down in your house, you sit down. If you don't need to go outside just because they have eased the lockdown, don't go anywhere. Don't go. Honest, don't go. Don't help yourself. Okay, so that's it for me today on Midnight Calls. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's always love and swag here. Bye guys.